The Witcher is a good show, okay? Nay, a great show. And it's not because I think Henry Cavill is going to be, you know, my baby daddy. Sorry, I mean Geralt of Rivia, because I can distinguish between Geralt of Rivia,
oh yeah,
and an actor named Henry.
Aww.
Just between you and me, I really can't. Besides the point, like, I like the show, despite the things that they did to disappoint me, such as their contacts. Not that realistic. The yellow one for Geralt wasn't that realistic, but yet the one they used for Yennefer, I thought was flawless. My friends didn't think so. And despite the fact that there was a guy that to go, despite all that, I liked that show.
Hey guys, no one was messing around with goats. I was referring to this interaction Geralt had with this creature. He made a comment, and the creature made a comment back. It was hilarious. Came out of nowhere. Thought I would rectify what I messed up on. All right, bye.
Just thought y'all should know. I literally, like, these are my notes. Right here. Right. Oh, wrong way. Right here. Oh. Okay, good. Just wanted that in the frame so that you believe me. Believe that I, Blessing, like The Witcher. I really do. I can rewatch that. I think I watched it already twice. Like, I watched this months ago, but, you know, quarantine, I have too much time on my hands, and all of a sudden, while I was watching Too Hot to Handle, I thought, why don't I just make a video about The Witcher? Because those two things make sense, like, my brain. Anyway, I decided to talk about this while my parents went to go to Superstore to get groceries, and I have limited time to talk. This was the time I thought was opportune to talk about it, even though I had a whole entire week without them here. Like, whatever. I work best when I'm under pressure. I think that's what Diamond, like, pressure, something about that, up there, something there. Anyway, here's the intro. Hi, my name is Blessing, and this is my life. Hello guys, welcome to Blessing is My Life. My name is Blessing, and of course you've reached my channel. I like anime. I also like BTS, just thought you should know. And sometimes I watch TV shows, movies, and I like to talk about them. Not a lot, as you can definitely see in my video archive, but I'm okay with that. That's gonna change because of COVID. I'm talking about The Witcher and how I like it. Literally, I was probably one of those people that clowned this show when they were showing like reveals and him in the wig, and I was all on Twitter like, this shit's gonna fail, like, what are you doing? And I honestly couldn't watch it for the first 3 tries. Like, I just couldn't get over when they were in, what is it called? Blackaven? Blackaven. I feel like I'm saying Backaven. It's gonna be like here somewhere if I'm not too lazy. Anyway, so I couldn't get over that hurdle of what city he was, or town, village he was in. They were just doing stuff. There was a really cool beginning where it just like action packed. I was like, okay, and then it slowed down, and I'm like, who's this chick? I don't like her. This child is like, what's it called? A psychopath. She's gonna be a psychopath. She's crazy.
You should speak to Master Irion, our wizard. He's willing to pay for odds and ends he needs for elixirs. I sold him our dog when it died. Mysteriously.
And I was like, why am I watching this? Why would I waste my time on this? And I stopped 3 times. Then one day my brother just kept telling me it was good, and no offense to my brother, he watches some things I don't agree with, so I didn't trust him. Then my friend, who I did trust, told me, hey Blessing, like, it's a good show. I finished it in 1 day, and I was like, 1 day? That's a good show. So I went and I started cooking. Sorry, I'm looking at stuff. I started cooking, and I just let the first episode play. I was like, whether I like it or not, let it play. Let it play with all whatever, the crickets, because that's what I was thinking. As I was cooking and all of a sudden things started getting like a little more tense, there was more action, I was like, oh no, what the heck? No one told me. No one told me it was good. Okay, I can't. My friend Hijab told me, and my brother told me. I just didn't trust my brother, so it was... And it didn't help that this is before COVID, so understand that. And I was working, and I found this out on a Monday, and I binged it so hard that I think I went to bed one time until 3 in the morning, like back in high school, it's coming back, and still had to go to work because a girl needs to eat. And yeah, that's what I did. So anyway, what the heck was I talking about? Just kidding. BTS saved me. Everything. I started talking about the storyline. I like the storyline. They do this really cool thing. Screw it. If you come to this point in the... It's like 7 minutes already. If you come to this point in the video, spoiler alert, okay? Spoiler. You watch the show. It's on Netflix. If you don't got Netflix, there are sites. Go watch it. Enjoy it. Then come back and watch my video. Or just listen to me talk. Anyway, they do this really cool timeline thing. Yes, I went right into it. Why did, if you're already here, like the video though. If you're already here, like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Anyway, so I like the storyline. It was really cool the way they did the timeline with, sorry, storyline, I meant timeline. I really liked how they did the timeline for it. So in the show, there are 3 main characters. There is Geralt, my husband. Then there's Yennefer, my badass bitch, you know, my girl. She my girl. And then there's Ciri the brat. Like, I can't help it. Like, I think of her as a brat because she's like a princess. And in my head, I have terms like, oh, entitled, oh, money, oh. She also treated one of my guys wrong. I forgot his name. He's like an elf. What they were doing, when you start watching the show, you start thinking that all these characters that you see, you don't see Yennefer until the 2nd episode, but you see all these people and you think it's happening at the same time. Like, oh, this is happening to this character, like around the same time. But then you realize that we were looking in the past of Geralt, looking at the past of Yennefer, and then it all streamlined to eventually coincide at the same time to Ciri's timeline. And I was blown the f*** away. This was creative genius, and I enjoyed it. I heard they actually put 3 different books into this, and that actually blew my mind. I was so impressed. And hold on.
Hey guys, here's another timeline example that shows how much of their lives we saw in the first season. And as you can tell, they went through a lot. So hopefully this makes more sense from what I just explained. And this image, along with the one I showed previously, will be down in the description below. Yeah, so now back to our regular programming.
6 hours later.
So this is what I wanted to say. So I found out about all of this. I think it was like the 3rd episode. That, like, there was an episode when Geralt is fighting like a Striga.
Hey guys, quick note. A Striga is a human woman transformed into a monster by a curse. They get more into it in the episode, but I wanted you guys who didn't care to watch the show to know this. Also, a couple things, well, one thing I want to clear up is that later on I said that the Striga fight happens prior to the portrait scene, and that was a huge goof. Straight up crazy goof, because it happens like at the end, because it's more climactic, obviously. Anyway, that's all I have to say, okay? Okay, let's go back to the video.
He was fighting against a Striga, literally risking his life for this thing, and then you find this like portrait, and you see these kids who, like, one of the kids is like the king, and the other was the sister who the king was
Sleeping. He was sleeping with his sister.
and I was like, oh, that's crazy. But then you see the photo and you're like, see the kids and you're like, oh my God, yes. And then you see Yennefer's timeline and she's all like, I'm a badass bitch. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Like, really, she really says that. That's what I heard anyway. She goes, like, she's dancing with some, like, you know, she's doing some ruling the world type. Then they pass these kids and I saw those kids. I saw those kids in a portrait. And I was like, are they not in the same timeline? And I was freaking out. And when I watched it a second time around, bruh, they were telling names that I didn't know yet from the get-go. That's all I want to say. Anyway, that was a really cool, I felt like it was a puzzle and I figured it out, but like, I didn't, you know? So anyway, character development. I liked each character's arc. Do I like the very end when they like see each other and that is all like, sorry, Siri was all like, who's Yennefer? And I'm like, how do you know her? But that's besides the point. I know more now than I did the first time around. But it gets better once you watch it more. Anyway, that's besides the point. Character development. I like Geralt. He was all like, screw destiny. And at the end, he's all like, it's not that bad. And then Yennefer is all like, I want to be. Like in the beginning, she's like, beauties is everything. Beauty is everything. What am I talking about? Belle? From Beauty and the Beast? Yeah, she's basically like, beauty is everything. I was ugly. Now I got, sorry. I was ugly, now I'm gorgeous. I was ugly, now I'm powerful. Like, she was doing all of this. Ew, I spat. I'm sorry. Anyway, so she was all like, oh my God, I can't. And then she realized, beauty is boring. Like, what do you do when you have it all? And time. She's lived a lot longer than you think, which is crazy. Anyway, that was, oh yeah, and then there's Siri. Like, y'all know, like, she went from, like, she was okay. Like, I don't hate her. I'm just not, like, I like my husband, and I like Yennefer, my girl and my guy. Bye. So anyway, I like Geralt of Rivia. That's the third point. I like Geralt of Rivia. I'm even okay with his yellow contacts. They're so obviously contacts. I'm okay with that. Because it's real love. I need to calm down with the power of BTS. Anyway, guys, if you watched me all the way to the end, you better subscribe and you better like this video. And I'm gonna post eventually because I'm bored, like today. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I really appreciate you. Also, like, let's show some appreciation to Reagan. This is the most important thing in the world, guys.